Leo, thanks for visiting and welcome back. And as I always ask you, if you like this reading, please like, subscribe, leave a comment if you would like to. I'm going to start your reading right now for Leo. The first card you have your past is the Nine of Cups. So yes, this guy on this card is a little bit smug. He's not quite telling you the whole truth. And that's what I'm seeing here. This is someone who looks as if they have everything that they want. They might be on social media posing about themselves. I went to this restaurant, I went to this expensive shop, I went on holiday, here I am under a palm tree, here I am in my fancy car, here I am having this dinner out at this expensive place, la la la. So they're doing all of that kind of thing. And they're posting things, they're telling everyone how everything's amazing and fine. And, you know, the man on this card, he looks a little bit like he's posing, actually. He looks like, you know, the cups behind him look a little bit like trophies to me as well. It's like he's saying, look at all what I've done. I've got all these trophies, all these awards, and I've won this, and I'm amazing. I think, but what's behind the curtain, though, you see? I think, yeah, they might have been hiding their true feelings. Maybe they were doing it you know, socially, going out all the time, doing all that, making sure they were so busy doing these amazing things all the time. Of course, there's nothing wrong with doing that if you're out to just have a good time. But if your main focus is on showing off to other people and proving, you know, if you have to overly show that you're having such a good time all the time and talk about it constantly all the time, then you're probably making up for something else. I mean, again, there's nothing wrong with going out and having a good time. That's fantastic. That's a great thing to do. But I have a feeling whoever this was doing it just to kind of show people how fantastic their life was and show people what a good time they were having. So it was all to kind of show off, really, in front of other people. And I'm seeing a distance, I'm seeing a deliberate distance. So I think this person might have moved away from you in some way, moved away from a lot of other people as well, actually. It's like they run away from things. I think this is someone who wasn't a great person. And I think they know, or they knew at this time, they probably still know, that a lot of people might have been a bit angry with them. So they kind of ran away, not like they physically ran down the road, but they kind of got away from all of the old people in their life, and they kind of tried to make a whole new life for themselves. And then not only did they just disappear, but they were kind of trying to rub people's noses in it. They were trying to kind of go, look what I was doing, look what I'm doing, I'm having a better life than you, I've got this, I've got that, I'm lying by the swimming pool with a kind of a cocktail and I'm amazing, you know. And it's just really, I think all of this kind of show off business was hiding a lot of guilt, actually. I think they had a bit of guilt about a few things. Now, obviously, they were not showing that at all. They were showing the opposite. And I think you might have kind of been, I don't think you were stalking them, but I think obviously you see these things and you hear about these things, because I think this person was kind of showing so much of themselves all the time that you couldn't help but see something of them. I think it was just, you know, you just couldn't help it. Even if you'd block them, people would be talking about them, they'd be showing you things, you know. It's just like you could not get them out of your head, because they were so, you know, in everyone's face all the time. And, you know, if you're wondering whether this person had forgotten about things, if you just thought, oh, they're having a great fun time, they've forgotten about me, they've forgotten about everyone else, they haven't. They have not forgotten, and they have some guilt, and they have some regrets. That's what I'm seeing here, and they're hiding it all behind the curtain like this man. That's what I'm seeing. The next card you have for your past is the Ace of Swords. I'm seeing something coming to light in this card. Now, I don't think it was about, it might have been about something being revealed, but I think it was something about something came to light in your head, you realized something. It might have been about this person, and I think you realized that this person was not straight with you about certain things that you thought they had been. Something like that. And I think as well there was stringing along a few different people, not just you, because in the Nine of Cups I was seeing you weren't only affected by this, there was a lot of other people that this person kind of ran away from. And I actually think this person might have tried to contact you a few times, or maybe they were thinking about it, because I think they did actually. I'm seeing tiny levels of contact, things like liking your things on social media, putting a little heart on things, or maybe little texts that just say hey or something like that. Now, it might not have been exactly that kind of communication, but I think they were doing these little things. It was tiny things, something tiny, that I'm just getting the feeling of someone was, they were trying to it was like they were trying to poke you a little bit to see if they could get a reaction, see if you'd respond, that kind of thing. And I think you knew that if you allowed yourself to be drawn into a conversation with them, or even if it was just a little thing to say, hey, how are you? Your feelings might start to take over, and your emotions, and you'd be back to square one emotionally, because I think you'd worked quite hard to get yourself over this person, and you just didn't want to go back there again, because I'm looking at this sword and I'm getting this feeling of being on a kind of a knife edge, right on the edge of the sword. One part of you wanted to be on one side. Your heart wanted to be on the side of maybe talking to them again, but then your brain and your logical side was trying to pull you back onto the other side of this sword. So this was obviously a very difficult thing for you, and I don't think you gave in though. I don't think you contacted them. I think you're being really, really strong, and this realization that you had, this clarity that you had about them, it was a gift to you. It was a gift to you, because I think, like the hand on this card is giving you a gift, because I think this clarity that you had about them made you kind of less likely to contact them. Because I think without having this revelation, you might have been more likely to contact them back. Now, I'm not saying you definitely would have, but I'm saying that you would have been probably more easily swayed if you didn't have this extra information. That's what I'm seeing. So this was a gift to you. It was information that hurt you. Swords always hurt. It wasn't a nice thing that you had to hear, but it was a gift because it stopped you from doing something that would have been bad for you. That's what I'm seeing. The last card you have, your past is death. So yes, obviously you were determined to move forward and not to go backwards. You didn't want to go back to the old situation, and at least the feelings weren't, you didn't have all of your feelings. You were still trying to get over this with your feelings, but you were determined to try to move forward. And you have physically, but sometimes it takes a bit longer to be able to move on properly, mentally and emotionally. And I think they could sense this about you, actually. I think this was the kind of hook they were trying to kind of put in front of you. I think, when they were trying to contact you in these little ways, I think they could feel you might have had a slight weakness for them, and you were kind of doing everything you could to not give in to that. But no, you were determined to push through any feelings you had. You really were, because the Death card is final. So I'm not seeing any reconciliations or anything like that happening either. And I'm seeing a message in this, if this is resonating with you. If you haven't blocked them, and if you have no real reason to be in contact with this person, I mean, if you don't have children with them, or you don't work with them or anything like that, please block them. There's no reason to talk to them, really. And I think I know that you're not as tempted as you would have been after you had this revelation, but there is still some temptation there. Don't let yourself have any temptation. Just try and get it all out and away from your system. Don't put any temptation in front of you. If I'm on trying to lose weight and I put chocolate in front of my face, it is not a good thing for me to do. So please don't do that. you know, I think they do regret things. They definitely do. I was seeing that in the Nine of Cups. Don't be fooled by them. They regret things. They really do. But, you know, they might be regretting things, but regretting isn't the same as actually learning and changing, and I don't think they have changed. They certainly haven't. If they're putting on this great big kind of show-off thing, going, oh, look at how fantastic, that's showing me that they haven't changed. That's what I'm seeing. The first card you have for your present is the Hierophant. So yes, I think that once you totally move on, that's properly in your emotions and your heart and your head and everywhere else mentally, and you're able to feel nothing for this person, or at least no real emotion for this person when you think about them, I think that's when you're going to be able to start to move upward really, really quickly. And I think, you know, what I'm seeing is I'm seeing a big thing that you really want to do, that you really want to manifest, some big thing that you want to do in your life. And I think you've been plodding along a bit in your life, actually, just kind of going around, crossing off tasks off a list, and that's trying to achieve things like that, going through the motions of your life, you know, whatever. And that's fine if you're happy to do that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But I think you've had some idea, you've had something big thing that you've wanted to do, wanted to achieve, and you've always wanted to do this big thing. And you've known that, it's been in the back of your mind, but you haven't actually taken action on this. And I'm actually seeing that you might have felt that you were going to achieve something very special in your life from a very young age. That's what I'm seeing. You kind of knew that. You kind of said to yourself, I'm going to achieve something. Now, if you look at the Hierophant, he's pointing up to the sky, up to the heavens. And there are two golden keys in front of him. So I think once you totally get over this person, your head is going to be so much clearer, and more importantly, your emotions will be as well. And emotions are a huge key to manifesting. They're a huge key to manifesting. And if you're all in your feelings, worried, upset about this person, then you're not going to be in the right mindset to allow yourself to manifest. You need to truly believe in whatever this thing is to be able to, and that you can do this, and feel that you can do this to be able to do it. So you're going to be able to achieve this once these emotions are totally over with this person in your past. I'm also seeing some kind of group that you might have to join that's going to help you toward achieving this thing. It might be some kind of class, and I think you might have had some false starts with this thing. I think you might have started it once, maybe twice, and dropped it for some reason. You know, you can definitely pick this up again. It's never too late. It never ever is. Don't say to yourself, am I too young? Am I too old? Am I too this? Am I too... No, you're never too anything. You can do this. You can do this. It doesn't matter. Yeah, to be able to do this, though, you are going to have to lose some things from your life, though, I'm seeing. I think you're going to have to try and get some balance in your life to do this. I think you are doing a lot of things. You're doing some things that might be unnecessary, maybe, and I think to achieve this, you're going to have to concentrate, and you're going to get some other things out of your life to kind of free up some of your time and free up your mind. All I can see in this is that you can do this. You can absolutely do this. And so, you know, if this resonates, get organized, plan your way through, plan your way into doing this. Even if you're not quite over this person yet, you can still start planning, you can still start working toward this. This is something that you're going to be able to work toward gradually, but start now, because the sooner you start, the sooner you finish. If you keep putting it off, the finish line is put off as well. Even if it takes you years and years, those years are going to go past anyway. And then you're going to look back on those years and say, oh, I should have done that. What did I do with that year? No. Or you could be at the end of this year saying, hey, I've already gotten a third of the way through, or halfway through, or all the way through. That's a great feeling. So start it now. Start doing what you can now. The next card you have for your present is the Nine of Swords, yes. So, yeah, you're ploughing through this. You're trying to get over this person. you are over them in your brain. It's just some of your emotions are still there with them. I think you're still a bit upset. I think they did some things that really upset you. And I think probably seeing them smiling all over the place on social media or whatever, pretending everything's great, is probably upsetting you even more. I can see why it would be. If it was me, I'd be very upset seeing that all the time. Especially if they'd done something to you and they'd gotten away with it and you're seeing their great big smiling face all over social media. That would really make me angry, actually. I'm feeling angry on your behalf, but you know, I mean, you're getting over this, you're getting through this, and you know, I think it's probably at night when your mind wants to go over through things again, and that's when I think at the daytime you're busy and all of those things, but at night time, when you're in the dark, when you're by yourself, and those, you know, thoughts start to come back in your head and you're left, you know, in silence thinking about it, that's when the worst is for you, like this poor woman in this card. So, you know, I'm actually seeing you asking why, or trying to work out why they did something or said something or something happened, or why they just so bluntly walked off and now they're having this good time. It might be that. So I know it isn't easy, but if this is resonating, try to let go of working out why, because running this around and around in your head saying, oh, if only I could work out why, maybe it was when they said that, maybe it was because this happened, maybe it was because, it doesn't matter why it was, it doesn't matter why it was, it doesn't matter. If you figure it out, if you work out why, then what does it mean? Does it mean that it's helping you? Does it mean that it's helping them? Does it mean that it's making you feel better? No, it's not going to achieve anything. You're just going to be wasting your time and your energy thinking about them. Don't do that. And I know it's easy for me to say. I know when someone comes in your mind, you can't just click your fingers and get them to go away. You can't do that. So if this happens at night time, you can do things like, I mean, practical things. You can do things like put your phone next to you, watch a YouTube video you like or something, read something you like, listen to music you like, listen to something positive that makes you feel better, do a meditation to calm yourself. Don't listen to any depressing, sad music or anything like that. I've been there myself. Don't do it. You can tell I have. But yes, just try to practically work your way out of it as well. I mean, yes, your mind has to do this, but also you can do practical things that are going to help you to get you through this as well, get you through this quicker than you are. The last card you have, your present, is the King of Cups. So yeah, you might also, to get yourself out of this horrible Nine of Swords thing, which really is horrible, you might also want to use those emotions and channel them into something creative, something positive. I don't know if you do anything creative, but it could be a really good thing to do. I paint, sometimes I put my emotions into that. You might want to do that. And it sounds really cringy to take negative emotions and put them into something creative and positive, but it really works. I mean, you ask anyone, you ask any musician, actor, artist, anyone that does anything like that, they'll all tell you that they've put some kind of difficult negative emotions and they've redirected them and used them to create something really, really positive, or something interesting, or something, you know, some piece of art that they want to put into the world. So that might be another idea that I'm seeing in this card, because the King of Cups is creative, very creative kind of king. So redirect your emotions as well. That's what I'm seeing. The first card you have for your future is the Two of Wands. So yeah, I'm seeing you kind of, you might be speaking to someone at this time. This might be someone who's a business person or something like that. Someone who's sort of around the industry of this thing that you want to get back into, this thing in the Hierophant, this very big thing you want to get into. I think you might come into contact with this person when you're doing research about something, how to do this or how to apply for a class or something like that. It's around this thing, and I'm actually seeing you feeling a little bit nervous about this person. They might actually even be a well-known person or a famous person, or they might be high up in the industry or something like that. And I think you might actually be sending them an email or a message or something like that. I don't think you're calling them. I think you might be a little bit too nervous to call them. That's what I'm seeing. So you might be sending them an email or a message. And then I think you're going to expect an email or a message back from them. And then they might call you, and then you'll be like, oh, they're calling me. Oh, I'm really nervous to call them. But I think, you will call them back. And I think you'll find that you had nothing to worry about, because I'm seeing this as being a really, really friendly person, a really helpful person, a really, really nice person. I'm not seeing any problems around them. And I think they'll probably give you even more information than you're expecting, because I think you'll have a lot of information about this and it's going to be quite confusing. And I think you'll have to ask them quite a few questions about this information, but you'll get through this, information, and you'll sort it all out. And I am seeing you starting to do this, and I'm really, really happy that you are. And also, because this is going to take up a lot of your mind as well, this is going to take your mind off, I'm trying to say, off this heartbreak and this person as well. So this is going to be good for you for a lot of different reasons. It's going to be fantastic. The next card you have for your future is the Hermit. So yeah, I think a lot of people around you are going to see you as being a kind of a hermit at this time. I'm seeing you wanting to retreat for a while. I think you're going to start to prioritize a lot of things in your life to get this thing done. And I think maybe at the beginning of the year you're ready to kind of jump in and tick things off. You'll tick the boxes and do what you had to do, all these chores, like I need to do this, I need to do that. But now that you're thinking about this, you're going to get back into this big thing. This thing is bigger than all of those things. So I think even some of those things you're going to put aside to allow you to give you time to be able to do this. And I think this, again, I'm seeing you've always known that you've been able to do this. This is something that comes from inside of you. This is a very spiritual man, this Hermit. So I think when you finally see this, I don't know if this is going to sound cringy. It might feel as if you're being reunited with a part of you that's missing. That's how important this is going to be to you. It's a part of you that you wanted to achieve as a child. You wanted this as a child. You knew this was a part of you, but you were separated from this, and now you're going to be reunited with this. I hope that makes sense with you. But yeah, you're going to have to sort out the practicalities and the emotional, mental changes, everything else that you're going to have to go through over time. And I think to do all of that, you're going to have a lot of time alone. And I think people around you are just going to have to be patient with you for a while. That's what I'm seeing. Because this is really important. It is important that you do have this time alone to sort this out for yourself. This is a big thing for you. So the last card you have for your future is the Page of Pentacles. So yeah, again, this page is by himself. He's looking up. He's looking at what he wants to achieve. He's looking at this coin. And pages are teenagers, they're students, so it might not be an easy feeling trying to learn again or go back to square one again, being a student or whatever, learning, but it's going to be worth it for you. You won't mind all of that. It's going to be worth it for you to do that. This is something that you love. This is something that's a part of you. I'm seeing that all over this reading. But again, it's going to take a lot of your time and your headspace. And not only that, but you're also going to meet a lot of like-minded people, I think, when you start to do this thing. This has the potential to really introduce you to a whole new world, actually, a new world of people, a new world of ideas, all of that kind of thing. And I think you know a bit of what this is about already. I'm trying to say you know a bit about what this is about already, because you've had some false starts. That's what I've seen a few times in this reading. And now this is not going to be a false start. You're going to do it this time. You're going to do it. That's what I'm seeing. I hope this resonates with you, because this is fantastic. So Leo, I hope this resonated. As you know, general readings can't always resonate with everyone. Again, if you like this reading, please like, please subscribe, leave a comment if you would like to. Thank you so much for watching.